India in details.
So, finally, is India planning to do the unthinkable in Bangladesh? Is India being forced to find a permanent solution for Hindus in Bangladesh? Is India quietly planning something to surprise the world? Well, as reported here, India-Bangladesh at the brink of all-out war. It cannot be taken lightly. This is the headline of an article that was published by a Pakistani media outlet. And I must point out that it is written by an author who is based in Bangladesh and is a Muslim. Yes, according to M.A. Hossain, with Islamist groups gaining significant influence, the persecution of the Hindu minority has reached alarming levels in Bangladesh. The arrest of Chinmaya Das also seems to be a major trigger point. So, according to this political and defense analyst based in Bangladesh, between India and Bangladesh, the prospect of an all-out confrontation appears imminent. And now, as you can read here, a well-known Indian media outlet has claimed that the Bangladeshi army is preparing for warlike scenarios with Pakistani support. It is also being reported that some retired Bangladeshi soldiers or army men have issued a threat to capture Kolkata and Assam. Yes, this may sound quite shocking, but as mentioned here, ex-Bangladeshi army personnel are heard issuing provocative anti-India statements, making claims like how they can capture Kolkata and Assam within 4 days. Yes, as described here, capturing Kolkata and other key Indian territories with just 5,100 army personnel from Bangladesh can be done within days if 3 million Bangladeshis join them in their mission. Sounds very provocative, right? Not only that, as described here, ridiculous claims like the Bangladeshi army is better trained and battle ready to defend their nation and teach India a lesson are also being heard. On Twitter, some are even participating in the so-called Greater Bengal propaganda in which Bangladesh's map is shown bigger than its actual size. On the other hand, in India, a well-known combat veteran who is also an author has tweeted this map of Bangladesh. According to him, this is one likely solution to the ongoing situation. But according to R. Jagannathan, a ham-handed army action by India will only make things worse for Hindus and Bangladesh. So, what could be the solution then? Well, the percentage of Hindu population has been going down in Bangladesh, and according to Mr. Jagannathan, if Hindus are to remain within a united Bangladesh, they should be able to self-govern in autonomous zones. But that seems unlikely. After all, why would the Bangladesh government agree to something like that? Mr. Jagannathan, a well-known author from India, has proposed something in relation to that. According to him, since the Bangladesh government may not agree, Hindus must be encouraged to resettle in the regions bordering India, where India can then protect them militarily. As described here, the problem currently is that Bangladesh's 13.1 million Hindus are widely dispersed all over Bangladesh. According to one of the options proposed by Mr. Jagannathan, to a political agreement with Bangladesh, a part of the territory can be sliced off to settle the Hindus of Bangladesh. According to him, Rangpur, which is close to India's Chicken's Neck region, can be logically targeted. Back in August, regarding the Bangladesh crisis, it was reported that India is maintaining a wait-and-watch strategy and the Indian army is on alert. Yes, the tensions rising on both sides, and we at IID are hoping for a peaceful resolution to the ongoing situation. And it must be pointed out that there are possibly still some people in Bangladesh who understand India's sacrifice and role in liberating their country from Pakistan. During the recent visit to Dhaka, Foreign Secretary of India, Shri Vikram Misri, conveyed India's concerns regarding safety of minorities in Bangladesh. But it seems that Bangladesh wants to make it clear that it does not expect interference in what it thinks are its internal affairs. But dear Bangladeshis, when persecuted Hindus from Bangladesh flee your country and enter India seeking shelter, how can it still be considered your internal affair? These Bangladeshis come to India to settle permanently, but they don't bring any land with them. India's resources are not unlimited, right? Now read this. Bangladesh's foreign secretary seems to be concerned about misleading and false information in Indian media regarding the minorities in Bangladesh, right? Then how about this Pakistani media outlet? The article on this Pakistani media outlet clearly mentions that the persecution of the Hindu minority has reached alarming levels. The author of this article is M.A. Hossain, a Muslim who is based in Bangladesh. Now tell me, is he not talking about the ground reality? So, dear Foreign Secretary of Bangladesh, Is he also spreading false information? As reported here, you think it is a campaign of negative propaganda and disinformation in the Indian media, right? So let's fight the so-called propaganda by using some facts. And I am going to talk about the facts reported by your own Bangladeshi human rights organization. As explained here, Ain o Salish Kendra, a Bangladeshi human rights organization that documents attacks on minority communities, estimates over 3,600 attacks targeting Hindus have taken place in Bangladesh since 2013. And with this, more than 1,670 cases of vandalism and arson attacks on Hindu temples, idols, and places of worship. These are figures from a Bangladeshi human rights organization, not from an Indian media outlet. Now, can you run away from these facts? And don't forget, as mentioned here, the actual number of attacks could be much higher than what ASK has estimated. And seriously, do you think that Indians deserve a lecture from Bangladeshis about the situation of minorities in India? In India, the percentage of Muslim population has been increasing, but in Bangladesh, the percentage of Hindu population has been on decline. Why? Dear Bangladeshis, we know that India has had a Muslim president even though Muslims are a minority in India, right? By the way, has Bangladesh ever had a Hindu president? If not, then why? Please, let me know in the comment section. By defaming a country that liberated you, and by hurting a country that gives you aid or grants, and by running away from your problems, you only make things more difficult for yourself. Yes, don't forget, India has extended 3 lines of credit to Bangladesh in the last 8 years, amounting to around $8 billion for development of infrastructure in various sectors, including roads, railways, shipping and ports. Yes, billions of dollars. Not only that, the government of India has also been providing grant assistance to Bangladesh for various infrastructure projects too. Also, the government of India has funded construction of student hostels, academic buildings, skill development and training institutions, cultural centers and orphanages, etc. in Bangladesh. And guess what? India even announced scholarships for Bangladeshi students and even offered opportunities to study in India's IITs. Bangladeshis, how can you forget all these favors from India? And let's not forget that hundreds of thousands of Bangladeshis have used India's world-class hospitals for their treatment, and in that process, India has saved many Bangladeshis' lives. Why would anyone want to harm their own lifesaver? Perhaps only Bangladesh can answer that. India wants good relations with Bangladesh, but when persecuted Bangladeshis are already living in India and more Bangladeshis are keen to seek shelter in India, how can it be called Bangladesh's internal matter? Or does Bangladesh think that Rohingyas fleeing Myanmar to enter Bangladesh to escape persecution is also Myanmar's internal matter? Well, you have your answer. See you again.